Good morning, Internet. This is Alex does Sudokus, and it is Monday, the 26th of October 2020, and we have another New York Times hard Sudoku for us today. So, let's dive in and have a look at some Snyder notations. We've only got a single one here, so we can't do much with it, so let's look at twos. Well, we've got a pair of twos that we can lock down here because of that 2 in that column, and in fact it locks another pair of 2's there as a pointed pair. So does that help us? Not yet, but this 2 and that 2 locks a pointed pair of 2's there, and since I've got a pointed pair of 2's there, the 2's are now locked in these 2 cells because that column are taken up, and I think that's all the 2's that we can do. So 3's go there because of these 2 3's locking out the columns, and I think that's all the 3's. What about the 4's? We've got a pair of 4's there because of these 2 4's, and I think that's all I can do with 4's actually. So 5's, we can lock them there because of these 2 5's, but these 2 5's along with that 5 there locks the 2 and the 5 in, and that 5 also opens up a 5 here because this 5 takes up the column, so that gives me a pair of 5's down here and 3 possible 5's at the bottom. Now what about the 2's? Can we do anything with the 2's? We can lock another pair of 2's over here because of these 2's and that 2 there. So let's move on to 6's. 6's are locked in those 2 cells because of these 2 6's taking up the rows, and I think that's it. So 7's are locked in these 2 cells, which means I've got another pair of 7's there because of that 7. So this 7 is what locks the pair of 7's. These 2 7's and that 7 there locks a pair of 7's down here, although I've got 7 up here anyway, so that unlocks this 7, because of that 7 down there, unlocks another pair of 7's here, but also unlocks a 7 down here. So that's sort of 7's pencil marked in. Now let's have a look at 8. I've got a pair of 8's locked in here and a pair of 8's locked in there, so they're both in nice smooth angles, so not super helpful. So what about the 9's? I've got a pair of 9's here because of these 2 9's, but also that 9, so that pushes the 3 out, forming the 2 9 pair. So this 3 locks a pair of 3's there, as well as a pair of 3's there because of this 3 and that 3. So the 3 and 8 share the cells, so 4 and 6 can be deduced, also placing the 1 here. So that gives me a pair of 1's there, but I also have a pointer pair of 1's, so that confirms the 1, and in here I've got 3 and 4 left. So that's a pointer pair of 4's, forcing another 4 here in this cell because these 2 rows are taken, and that also opens up a pair of 4's here. So I also have a pointer pair of 4's here because of that 4 and the 2 9 pair. So that means these 4's can be placed, and I think that's sort of 4's pencil marked in. I've got one more number in this cage, which is an 8. So since it's forming a triple with the 1's and 4's, I am going to pencil mark them in. So I think I was looking at 9's, wasn't I? So what else can I do with the 9's? Nothing else for now, but I do have a 2 9 pair there. Okay, let's have a look at weak areas. Have I got any other weak areas? I've got a 3 4 pair here, therefore there's a triple locked in here, which are 8 6 and 9. 6 8 and 9. So can't deduce any of them at all, but that's okay. Okay, what else can I do? Let's see. 1's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so that's no use, and this is a quadruple. That's a triple. So I haven't got any more weak areas except for maybe this quadruple. What is this quadruple then? This is a 1 3 1, 3, 6, and 9. Okay. Well, I know this cell can't be a single because I've got, I had a triple that I looked at already. So, I've got 1 and 9 there. So, this is a 3 and 6. But I can't do anything with that really. So, this is also a quadruple. So, this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 9. 2, 3. So, that's 1, 9. And 1, 9 can't go there, but hold on. 3s can't go in these 3 cells because of the 3s there. So that means that's a 3, which unlocks the 2 in that cage. So that leaves me with 1s and 9s. So I do know there's a there's a pair of 9s there now because of that 9. And can I lock down the 1s? No, I can't. What else have I got here? 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't lock down the 6, 7, 8. Can't lock down the 8 either. What about in this cage? So 1, 2, 3, 3s. 3s are... Oh, hold on. That's a 3 because I've got pointer pair 3 and a 3 here. And the 3 can't go in this cell, so that unlocks the 3, which means now I have a pointed pair of 1s with that 1 on its own. So with that, this has to be a 1 now because I've got pointed triple of 1s. So what else am I left with? 9s and 6. So 6 can go in these cells. So this is a 6-9 pair, but I've got 9 there, so that resolves the 6, 6 and a 9. So if that 9 is resolved, then this has to be a 1 because it can't be a 6, and that has to be a 9. So these are now 6s and 8s. But also that can't be a 9, I already knew that. And this has to be a 9 now because of the 2 9s there. So that forces a 7, which unlocks the 7 here. So I think that sort of 7's done. Now 8s have to be down here. Does that help me yet? Not yet. So these are 2, 8, and 6. I can tell that 6s are in these 2 cells, but they are in 3 possible cells there. 1s have to be over here. This has to be 6 and 8. So can't resolve that just yet. I've got 2s and 9s here, right? So that's got to be the 2 because of the 9 there. So 2s and 9 are resolved. So does that help us? It unlocks another pair of 9s over there. And this 2 forces the 8 and 6. But I've got 6 there, so 6 and 8 are resolved. Which means the 3 and 8 are resolved as well. And the 3 unlocks the 4 and 3 there. And the 4 unlocks the 4 down here, leaving me with a 1-8 pair. So these are now, well, that cell has to be a 2. These are now 5s and 3s. So that's resolvable because of the 3 there. So that 5 locks a pair of 5s down here. Can that still be a 6 and 8? I think it can. So this is 6, 8, and 9. Can't resolve that just yet. Okay, so what else can I do? Well, I've got a pair of 1s there. 1, 4, 8, and 6. So not super helpful over there. 6s are still quite free to move around down there. So I think I want to look at things like... probably easiest just to... Actually, I've got a 2 there because of these 2s. And that can't be a 2. So that unlocks the 9 and a 2. Which means that's now a 9. And I think that's sort of 9's done. Now, does that help me? 6, 8. So 6 can't go in this cell. So the 6, 8 is resolved. And 8 is here. So now that forces a pair of 8s there. So therefore that has to be a 6. And that can't be a 6 anymore. Instead, it's a 1 and 8. So if that's 1 and 8, then these are 5s and... 5s and... Hang on. 1, 8. 5 and 6, but I've got 6 there, so that's got to be, oops, that's got to be a 5 and that's got to be the 6. So 5's got to go here, that's got to be the 1, so that unlocks the 1-8 pair. And now this has to be an 8, which unlocks the 1 here, the 4 here, and the 8 over there. The 4 unlocks the 4 there, which means this has to be a 1. And that's today's New York Times hard Sudoku. I hope that's been useful. Quite a simple puzzle today. If you did find it useful, please leave a like and subscribe. Otherwise, I shall see you tomorrow. Bye!